Hi guys, welcome down to the Men's Movement. Today we're up to number 10 of 10 things I've learned whilst training thousands of clients. Over the last 4 decades, I've trained thousands of clients, and I'm here to tell you the 10th thing I've learned. And it's a really interesting one, this, because it sort of sums up everything on. You're gonna learn how to get your goal in the quickest, fastest way, because I've seen so many people come in and they label their goal and they're confused with their goal because they're not quite right on the right mountain. They're completely confused with what they're trying to do. I've had people come in and tell me they want to get fit, tone up, lose weight. I don't know what that means. What the hell is this get fit, tone up, lose weight? That's not a goal. It's a method to get to your goal. What is the goal of what you're trying to train for? So what you're training for? And that's sort of a confusing thing, because clients come in and they say things like, because I said, get fit, tone up, lose weight. And I asked a guy particularly, I said, what do you want to achieve? He said, I want to get fit, tone up, lose weight. And we hummed and ahed, and I was asking questions and trying to find out exactly what his goal is. Because once you've got your goal, there's no stopping you. You're unstoppable once you've found your goal. I've said before, there's no such thing as a lazy person. It's only someone who hasn't found a goal yet. There's no such thing as a lazy person, only somebody hasn't found a goal yet. So let's get straight to it and get overhead and see this down here. Because what we've got down here is mouth training. Because throughout the last 10 videos, and what you watch on videos of YouTube and the socials, is you see lots of people talking. There's lots of mouth training going in. It's so much talk, talk, talk. The people are talking about their goals all the time, what they're going to achieve, what they're going to achieve. And the thing is, when you highlight a goal, when you announce a goal, the first thing that happens is a roadblock appears. A roadblock will appear straight away. You announce a goal, whatever it is, I'm going to get a new job, and bang, your car will break down, or you have lost contact with the internet and you can't get on any of the websites to check out a job. Whatever it is, your weight loss goal, your fitness goal, whatever you do, let's pretend it's a weight loss goal. What will happen is that night someone will say, hey, do you want to come out to a party tonight? There's a great party on. I'd love you to join me in this party. That's a roadblock. Whatever happens, whatever goal you announce, a roadblock will appear straight away. And clients come into me over the last 10, 20, 30, 40 years. Clients come in and say, oh, this is a bad week to start training because I've got the party on the weekend. Or this is a bad week, we've got the Melbourne Cup on here in Australia. Or this is a bad week, we've got the grand final. Or this is a bad week, it's Easter. Or this is a bad week to train. You get the point. It's always a bad week. No matter what you're doing, there's always a bad week to be training. So it's all mouth training. It's all words you say. There's no such thing as a bad week. It's only a roadblock that appears the moment you announce your goal. So keep that in mind. And whenever you announce your goal, the roadblock will appear straight away. And I've got some notes down here, and I want to sort of talk about being on the training. We're going to train and get you to your goal straight away, because we've got to get you moving towards your goal. But what tends to happen is you're misled and the trainers are misled. The trainers are completely misled. You walk in and you've got a goal in mind of what you want to do, and the trainer usually sums you up and starts training you for a different purpose. Specifically, I had a client who was training and she was wanting to get fit. She wanted to get stronger. She wanted to get healthier for her grandkids. She had a grandkids fitness playing with her grandkids. That's what she wanted to do. And she was a fairly large lady. And I was away for a week, and one of my other trainers looked after her while I was away, took over from me and looked after her, and started asking her all about her food and her diet and her food. And she had to stop the person and said, why are we talking about this? Wherever did you get the idea I was training for weight loss? Just because I'm large, I'm not training for weight loss. So trainers are guilty of projecting what they think you want onto you. So be mindful of that. Don't fall for that trap. If you've got a trainer, make sure you've got your goal highlighted and you stick to your goal, not their goal. And just while we're on that, really make a big effort to stick to your goal, not their goal, because trainers will go away to seminars, or they'll be into boxing or be into triathlons, and you walk in the door after they've gone on a weekend seminar with boxing, and they're going to box with you that week because they're excited to share their knowledge, their passion. They're guilty of being excited and passionate, and they're passing themselves on, but it's not your goal. What is your goal? Stick to your goal. Make sure you keep within the rails of your goal. Don't do their goal. It's not about them, it's about you. It's personal training. It's putting you, the person, into the training, not just being personally trained. I hope you understand the difference. Personally trained is having someone next to you personally training you. A personal trainer will train you and move you towards your goal. So you've got to keep that in mind when you hire a trainer or whatever your goal is, to keep working towards your goal, because it's really sort of sad to see lots of clients sort of waste 6, 12 months of their sort of training and just doing stuff that they weren't focused on in the first place. So I've got some words down here because we want to keep your aim. We've got to keep what it is that you are aiming for in the context. We're going to get rid of the other stuff. Get rid of it. Get it out of there. We don't want to do that. We want to hit your goal. We're going to make sure we're hitting the target and your aim and hit that aim. Make sure we get that goal for you. We don't want to waste your time working on other stuff which isn't your goal. And just on that, labeling your goal. You know, people will say, oh, I want to do something, you know, like want to be fit, strong, healthy, and they're just words. They're just words. You gotta get to your goal. And another thing I want to mention is coaches, trainers, mentors. Clients come into me and say, I want you to work on this X, and then without me knowing it, they've got another trainer behind the fields who's also working on X. And what they do is they play one trainer off against the other trainer. And it's really confusing. I don't want to be part of that. If you want to go with another trainer, go with another trainer, but don't have two trainers or two coaches, because you'll play them off with each other and you'll start making excuses about why you can't get your results, because you say, oh, the other person said this and you're doing this. And specifically, you might have a Pilates person who says, oh, what I want you to do is eat this sort of food. And then you're working with a trainer who says, hey, we've got to working on changing your food or approach towards your food here. And they don't work. You're being pulled one way or the other way. It does not work, guys. So please, stick to your goal and don't be distracted by your goal. Remember to stick to your goal. And the overriding thing I want to talk about tonight, the overriding thing is about being on, where is it? Being on the right, where is it? Hope I can spell this. See, it's coming. I love these words. This is the last one, guys. This is the last one. This is number 10 of 10 things I've learned whilst training thousands of clients over the last 4 decades. Being on the right mountain. Are you really on the right mountain? After all these words are sort of hit out there, we've got here we go. We've got trim, got all sorts of different words, but the most important one is to be on the right mountain, because if you're not on the right mountain, it's like a triple word score. If you're not on the right mountain and you are not focused on your goal and you're doing someone else's goal, you're not going to get a result. You're not going to get the result you want and you're not going to do it. So if I can tell you this, from 10 things I've learned training thousands of clients, it's whatever you do, and I'm telling you this from a trainer's perspective, don't take life advice from a guy in Lycra. There's trainers out there who have opinions on just about anything and everything, because we've experienced lots of clients in front of us, but we can't give life advice. Okay, you guys know what to do with your lives. You know, if you've got financial things happening, you've got personal things happening with your partners, get them to stick to their lane, the physical stuff. Don't let them cross over the lane and get into the sort of like what's happening in your life. Do not take life advice from a guy in Lycra. And yes, I'm never guilty of wearing Lycra. I've never worn Lycra in my life. However, trainers, yoga instructors, Pilates instructors, where are they? Physiotherapists. The guys in Lycra don't take life advice from guys in Lycra. All right, that's number 10 of 10 things I've learned whilst training over 1,000 clients. Hope you've enjoyed this series. We might have a bonus session next week, number 11. But 10 things I've learned whilst training over 1,000 clients from the last 4 decades of training. And I hope you've enjoyed this series of personal training with me, Jack, the trainer from Down Under. Thanks so much, and be sure to get on the right mountain. Thanks so much for joining us here on the Men's Movement. We look forward to seeing less of you next time. And don't forget to watch lots of other videos here on the channel of the Men's Movement. And thanks so much. We'll see you again soon. Cheers.
You've been listening to the Men's Movement. Look forward to seeing less of you next time.